Hey guys, this is Forex Trader. Just wanted to create this channel to see if it's possible to trade Forex and be successful when you have a really small account. So what's going to be different with this channel is that I'm going to show you everything that I'm doing. I'm going to show you the back end of my Forex account. I'm going to show you the money that I've deposited over the years that I've been trading Forex. Got interested in Forex several years ago and traded on and off on demo accounts. I could never make it profitable because I was following so many systems. Every time a new system would come out, whether it's a candlestick or some type of pattern, I would jump on that bandwagon. And in 2017 I kind of started trading a little bit differently. I met a guy named Drew who became my mentor, and maybe within the first year, that was 2017, so 2017 up until 2018 I didn't really follow what he was saying because he's a fundamental trader, and coming from a technical background, every time he would show me something about the economy or anything like that, I would just send him a chart pattern. Like he would say, hey, CPI was good, and I would say, hey, divergence tell me that it's gonna go down. But enough of that. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna log into my Orlando account. We're gonna go into the history of deposits, and you're gonna see from when I first deposit into this account. And again, I'm talking about an account where I'm putting $25 here, $30 here, $100 here. So let's get it started. So this is my Orlando account. Matter of fact, I've had this account now for years, but I never did anything with it. Maybe possibly 10 years. All right, so let's sign in. So you have the FX Trade practice account, you have the FX Trade live account. When I did the practice, which was probably a few months, there was no emotions for me. I would put on a trade, I would walk away, and I'll totally forget about it, and it goes on for days and days and days and days. So I just decided, you know what, I'm just going to trade a live account, and that's exactly what I started doing. All right, so let's go ahead and log in. So as you see here, the FX Trade, which is the live, and then you have the FX Trade practice, which obviously that's a practice account, but we're not practicing, we're playing with real money. Small money. All right, so my username, my password, that's already there. Let's submit. And this is the first YouTube video. It's not going to be perfect. I'm not promising that any of my videos are going to be perfect, but I will promise you that I'm going to show you every single thing, every win, every losses. Sometimes when I'm at work and I'll put on a trade at work, I might not be able to record that, but at least when I come home, I can record the trade that I'm currently in. All right, so now that we're in Orlando, let's go to the I'm going to assume that it's in this area, manage funds, and we're going to look at the deposits. All right, so as of right now, it's telling me that I have $104 in this account. All right, okay, so let's look at funding history. And let's go to page 2. All right, so 2017, this was the 26th of March. Decline, not sure what happened there. I came back on the 31st, deposited $10. In September, another 25, and then we deposited $50, $100, $46, and $25. And Then we have 2018 all the way up through 2019. You can see again $30, $100. So haven't deposited that much money in total. I would say it's probably maybe 400, 500 bucks. I'm not even sure what it is. And that's starting from 2017. That's early 2017 all the way up till now 2019. So I deposited $15 into the account today, and the only reason why I did that is was I was going to get a margin call if my margin exceeded I think it was 50%, right? So I had to deposit $15 because I had took a trade and I was down about 10 bucks, and if I had not put the 15 to cover that, then they would have just closed out my trade and I would have just lost $10 for no reason. So I just figured, hey, let me put $15 in and cover myself. All right, so now that I've shown you that, I'm gonna sign out, and I'm already actually in a trade right now, and then I'll talk about why I actually took this trade. So right now, this is the trade that I'm talking about that I was in, which is the New Zealand dollar US dollar. And if you can see right here, this spike, this big drop, which was yesterday, that's about 108 pips. I was actually in this trade about up here, and I got scared of the data that was going to come out because I didn't know what direction it was going to go, so I closed out the trade. I closed it out later on that night around 6 p.m. It dropped. And the reason why I entered short, and I'll show you why, and I'll explain why I actually went short here and why I think the market reversed on me here. So let's pull up the internet real quick. Okay, so because I'm a fundamental trader, I'm looking at the economy, what's going on in the economy on a macro level, a small scope as well as a big scope. So yesterday it says NZD collapses against the USD GBP and the Australian dollar after the inflation disappoints. So they had their data yesterday and they were looking at about 3% or 0.3, and it came in at like 1 or something like that. But whatever it was, it dropped. And so because that dropped, the New Zealand dollar bank, they're saying, hey, we're going to possibly cut interest rates in May and possibly in August. So since they're looking to cut rates, investors have no reason to buy that currency right now. So that's why I ended up going short, because my long-term view is that New Zealand dollar is going to go down further. Now, in terms of the trade reversing on me and didn't follow through, last night, China came out with data, and that caused the New Zealand dollar and the Australian dollar to go up because they're actually close partners. Okay, so right now we're just gonna monitor this trade because I'm thinking overnight it's probably gonna be going down. Okay, good morning guys. It's about 6:26 in the morning. I got up about 6, took my dog for a walk. Looking back at the NZD trade that I'm in, as you can see, it's now starting to move in my favor. It seems like we have a negative euro session. So this is the NZD USD H1 chart, or the 1H chart, 1 hour. So NZD USD, top left, I don't trade anything less than the 1 hour chart because for me it kind of confuses me. I don't know how to explain that. Like I see a lot of people trade off the 15-minute chart and lower time frames. For me, it's just utter confusion. So I rather stick with the 1 hour chart, the 4 hour, the daily, weekly. So I just literally use the daily, the weekly, and those charts for more so to see where there's some type of support or resistance. Okay. Alright, so let's go and take a look at some other charts and see what's going on in the markets. Pair. This is the Aussie yen. This is a 4 hour chart. Let's switch to the 1 hour chart. Alright, so this is the 1 hour chart. So for the last 1, 2, 3, let's just say for the last 3 hours consecutive, that's been going down. And again, like I said, in the first video, in this particular video, every time you look at the Asia stocks and you look at the Nikkei 225, and if it's going down, more than likely the yen is going to be strengthening. So that's one tool that you could keep in your toolbox. It's the same for if you're looking, if it's in the morning hours. If we're looking at, let's go to America here, which is the indices / stocks or whatever, and we see that the Dow Industrial is down. We're looking at the NASDAQ composite, we're looking at the S&P 500 and so forth. And if we're looking at those type of stocks, as well as gold and oil, if those are doing very well for that session or that morning or throughout the stock trading day or throughout the Euro / New York session, the US dollar and the yen is probably going to be doing bad, because when the stocks are doing good, it creates what is called a risk on environment, and currencies like the Australian dollar, Canadian dollar, the New Zealand dollar, the euro, those are typically going to be going up, right? And US dollar and the yen typically is going to be going down. Okay, so that's another tool that you can keep in your toolbox. That's what we kind of use to gauge the market sentiment. So and these are things that I learned from Drew, as I stated, who is my mentor, as I had no idea that stocks and the currency market correlated in any way. Again, I was just a technical trader. I just looked at chart. I did not really care about what the hell was going on in the stock market, because for all I know, I'm just trading currency. But it's not that you're just trading currency, you're trading the economy, and the economy stems around the stock market and the currency market, and obviously other things that I'm probably not even sure of. But right now, what I do know is that these are things that I keep an eye on, and I do have the apps on my phone that I use, and I'm consistently looking at it, as well as consistently getting news update, and then trying to decipher whether or not my trade is going to go against me, or if it's going to go in the direction that I want it to go, or whether or not I might want to consider closing that trade. Okay, so I actually ended up closing out my NZD USD trade on the so right now we're on the 1 hour chart, or H1 chart. I closed it out at the blue line here, which is the 66,770 level. Reason why I closed it, I just felt like there was going to be a pullback, and I just didn't want to lose the little pips that I received. So I ended up closing it for plus 22. Right after I closed it, it pulled back. Let's see how many pips it pulled back. It pulled back roughly 17 pips. So kind of glad I got out of it. But now I'm looking to re-enter, just waiting to see what the market's going to do. I'm looking to see if I can get in at this green line here, which is the 6708 level. Reason again why I'm going short is because I feel like the NZD is pretty much weak right now compared to the US dollar. US dollar did come out with some retail sales today, which was pretty good. So that's another good indication that this is going to go further. But I'm not going to try and predict the market. I'm not going to jump the gun in short right now with the hopes that it's going to go down. I'm waiting for the market to prove itself to me. So I'm waiting for a retracement here, and then I'll enter short. If it doesn't come back that far, I'll wait for it to break the low of this green line, which is this very, very long candlestick here, which is over 100 pips. So I'm gonna wait for it to break. So this is what I'll be looking for, waiting for the market to either reverse here, maybe pop down to about here, looking for it to come back up. And once it touches this green line again, then I'll be looking for a short all the way back down. But for right now, I'm waiting for the market to pull all the way up here, and then I'm gonna look for a reversal all the way back down. So either or, I'm still looking to short. I'm not trying to play the buy game right now. There's absolutely no reason for me to buy it, even though it looks attractive going up, because at any moment investors could just start shorting this market. I don't want to get caught on the opposite side of the fence. I'd rather wait, and if I short here and it, whatever reason break, then I'm okay with that. But I'm not okay with trying to buy something that I know is already going down. If you take a look right now, there's absolutely no reason why I would be freaking buying this thing. It's just been going down, so no reason for me to buy this right now. So in closing, just want to let you guys know, always be inspirational, be selfless, and live passionately. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Peace.